Hi guys. Yes, you already know. Triple uploads, double uploads. You already know. If you don't know, you will. I will say that every single time, every time. Because a lot of thoughts, a lot of, opinions. I just want to know how you guys feel about certain things. So anytime I can engage you guys, I am. So that's what that is. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And why the shirt looking so? Yeah, I was like, why the shirt looking so? I'm like, it's not wrinkled, but it's like, what? Okay, whatever. Okay, sorry about that distraction. They think it's just Geminis. That's like that. No, it's Scorpios too. We can be concentrated on one thing and then go to a whole nother thing and then come back. Yeah, that's not just a Gemini thing. I'm a Scorpio and it happens to me too. Anyway, just hi YouTube, hi gang. Hi sweethearts. Just like and just watch the video. Please feel free to leave your comments and stuff like that, because like I said, I can actually know how you feel about some things. This is what this is about. I want to get y'all feedback off of some of these topics, some of these things that's going on in our world. It's okay to discuss this, discuss some of these issues and things that's not just the LGBTQ community, everything that's going on. I'm about to discuss something today that has nothing to do with the LGBT community. So this is not even about my paintings or LGBTQ. This is something that I saw online twice in two different scenarios. And I was like, wow, we need to discuss this. We need to discuss this. So this is way off a topic for me, but I have to, like I said, I saw it twice, and I have to discuss this with you guys, and I need your opinions. So please feel free to comment. Please leave your comments, because I gotta get your opinion on this certain particular topic. The topic of today is children on airplanes, and that dynamic, yeah. I saw the first video. I was on social media, and I saw the first video, I believe on Facebook. I believe it was on, yeah. And this guy on a plane, he was on a plane, I believe, with his wife or something like that. I forgot. I don't know what airline. I don't know, nothing like that. There was a baby crying, and I forgot how long or short the flight was. And he got so upset with this baby crying. He was like cursing, he was yelling, he was mad. He was like, are you effing serious? Why can't you control that baby crying? And I didn't book this flight to be, interrupted by, a child crying for the last 45 minutes. What's going on? Why can't you control the crying? Get a bottle, get a pacifier. What the hell is going on? I mean, he just went off. He was cussing. He was talking to the flight attendant, the passengers. I mean, he was upset with this baby, crying. And the video went viral. I read some of the comments, and some people agreed with how he felt, and then some people was like, come on, that's a parent, that's a mom. And trust me, I understood both points of views. Trust me, I definitely understood both points of views. And before I give my opinion on both points of views, let me tell you about the second video I saw. The second video was, wait, let me get my opinion on this one, because the second one was a whole different dynamic. So let me just give you my opinion on this one. At the end of the day, I'm not a parent. I never biologically have a child. I claim my sister's children. I always tell her she had them, but they mine. I love them. My niece and my nephews, I love them with all my heart. But I don't biologically have, any children. So I'm not a parent. So this is not a parent point of view. But as a woman that have taken care of children, because I help, with my sister and her children, you can quiet a child, you can get them a pacifier, you can get them a bottle, you're right. But cursing and yelling at a flight attendant or at that parent, that was not the way to handle that situation. That was so not classy on his part. mothers go through some things, and having a crying baby, that it could be an ear infection, it could be gas, it could be whatever. It's not always because the baby is hungry. It could be something that we don't understand, and we just gotta try to figure out what's going on with the baby. If it's a short flight, maybe from 1 to like 4 hours, it's a short flight, baby, they have headphones, they got AirPods, they got everything you can watch a movie for an hour and a half, 2 movies. You can watch some YouTube videos. You can watch some other social media. You can listen to some music. They got beautiful music in this world. Any genre of music you want. You can put your headphones on and you can say, hey, they got Bluetooth headphones. They got regular headphones that you can still plug into your phones or whatever. They got laptops. They got, I believe they still got some, not the iPad. What was the other one I used to have back in the day that I used to use? It was so long ago, whatever. Once I switched over to my phone with music, I just never went back to it. But the little, devices you used to download the music into, and yeah, all of that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes. There's ways that you can put on some headphones, and they even got noise cancellation headphones. You can order them from Amazon, any other site out there in the world, right from the site. Sir, because it was a man in this video, it's a way that you can block out the sound of a child crying. For a flight, listen, you did not have to curse some people out on a plane. You did not have to yell at that mother. You did not have to show your whole behind on that plane to get your point across about a baby crying, an innocent child crying. Okay, now, if it's a longer flight, 5 to 10 hours, or I know some places even 13 hours if you're going way out of the country, if it's like international flight, okay, having a baby on a plane crying for that long, yes, you say, okay, I done had my headphones on, I done took them off, this baby is still crying, it's been 13 hours, yes. At that point, I'm like, okay, we really need to do something, there's probably something else going on with the child's. Can you talk to the mom? What's going on? Because the child should not be crying for a flight 5 hours straight, 13 hours straight on a flight. That's ridiculous to me. Yes. And even then, you don't curse at the flight attendant. You don't curse at the parent. You just try to find out what's going on and why that baby is so uncomfortable. It might be because of how sometimes you're on a flight and your ears pop, and you got the earplugs that go in and stuff like that. Stuff happens up there on the flights. Your body changes a little differently. You're in the air. Stuff happens differently up there. Even for animals, they said some animals, they gotta, give something to calm them down before they do flights, because even some animals get irritated on flights and stuff like that. So imagine a baby up there and they don't know what's going on with their ears popping. They don't know what's going on. And they like, they crying because they're trying to let their parent know, hey, stuff is going on. I'm in the air, A baby can't tell you exactly how they feel or what's going on. So it's a way that he could have handled that without cussing and yelling at that flight attendant and at that parent. That was so bad. That was so not cool at all for him to handle that situation like that. Yes, that was just not, you could have handled that way differently, sir. You could have handled that way, way differently. The second scenario that I saw was, it was this man and I believe his girlfriend. They were sitting in a row ahead of this woman and her, I believe she had 2 kids on the plane with her, 2 or 3 kids. And they said that, and she let her son kick the back of the passenger in front of her seat, if not the whole flight, like most of the flight. She just let her son, kick the back of the seat, and and she didn't stop him. She didn't try to tell him to stop. She just let this young boy, this young boy was about, give or take 5 or 6, but he was old enough to know better. And she just let her son kick the back of this passenger, ahead of him, like I said, majority of the flight, if not the whole flight. So the passenger finally had enough, and was like, can you please tell your son to stop kicking the back of my seat? Okay. Once again, I don't know if this was a short flight, long flight. That don't even matter with this scenario. I know they got this thing in this day and time where they say you can't hit your kids or you can't hit them in public. I know there's a thin line between discipline and abuse, and some parents don't know that line, unfortunately. So you can't really discipline them. You can't really, back in the day, your parents used to be able to pop you. It was harmless. Hey, stop. They just raised their voice. Shoot, my grandmother looked at me. God bless her soul. She gave me a look and I knew to stop. Look. But these parents these days are a little different. They do things a little different. Like I said, they really can't discipline the child like that no more because of all these laws. And like I said, they took it too far with the discipline. They forgot that line. Don't abuse your kids out there. They took it too far. So now you can't even pop them the way you used to back in the day. My thing is, so I definitely understand from the parent point of view, I understand from the passenger in front of that young boy point of view. She should have definitely told her son to stop. I'm not saying that you had to put your hands on your son. I'm not saying that you should have knocked the hell out of him, nothing like that. I'm not saying that you should have hurt the boy. Nothing. No, none of that. No. Never condoning abuse of children, of anybody, women, children, anything, anybody, men, whatever. You should have definitely took his leg, stopped his leg, paused his leg, say, hey, we're not going to do that. You have to be the parent. I don't know how people place, little people on this planet, children on this planet, and they forget to be parents. She never said stop. She never told a little boy to stop. The whole video, you never heard her say stop. Don't do that. She let this little boy do this. And I'm like, well, who's the parent? You or your child? Like I said, once again, never said hit him. Take his leg, say, hey, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You're not going to sit here the whole flight and do that. I don't care if you playfully said, hey, if you don't stop that, Santa Claus ain't going to come and see you this Christmas. Or I don't care if you playfully said, if you don't stop that, the captain is going to come back here. Or when they flight attendants and they're going to, they're going to put you up front with them. You're not going to be able to, however you handled it, playfully or stern without hitting, you could have told that little boy, hey, stop kicking the back of his seat. Stop. You got to be the parent. You can't bring your child on an airplane and let your child kick the back of somebody's seat or yell or scream or, have their way and you don't say anything. You just sit there and you're like, and forget, hey, this is my children. This is my child. It's a reflection on you. You like being embarrassed? You like having somebody telling you, hey, you're not a good parent? Like I said, I'm not a mom, but as a representation of me, you're not going to go out into the world and act all crazy and foolish and think I'm not going to say anything to you. This goes for my nieces and nephew as well. If I saw them out there losing their mind, I would bring them right back into play. Like, hey, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All I'm saying is be a parent. I mean, yeah, be a parent to your child. Like, tell them, hey, I'm telling you to stop. All you had to do was ask your son to stop kicking the back of that man's chair, and that situation would have been handled. The fact that you never told your son to stop kicking this guy's chair, that was bad. And then they tried to turn it into a race issue because the passenger in front was Caucasian and she was black. The woman was black with her children. Oh, it's a privilege thing. No, you cannot dare turn around and say this was a racial issue. I could have been the passenger in front, another black woman. If her child was kicking my seat, I would have said, wait a minute, you're not even going to tell your child to stop. So this wasn't even, they tried to turn this into a race issue and privilege. I'm like, y'all not even about to do this. This has something to do with race. This has something to do with you are the parent, that is the child's. And you have to tell your son or your daughter or whoever, your niece, nephew, whoever role it is, whatever role you are, Stop kicking the back of that person's seat. It could be in a movie theater. It could be anywhere, a concert. It could be anywhere. The circus. You know, your child don't have the right to interrupt somebody else's peace because they feel like they can, and you're not disciplining them. And discipline doesn't always mean hitting. Discipline doesn't always mean putting your hands on a child. Discipline is, like I said, my nephew growing up, my sister didn't even have to put her hands on my nephew. She never even had to hit him. She raised her voice, and my nephew was in tears. I was like, oh my God. So growing up, we thought he was sensitive. We was like, oh wow. He was like, she didn't even have to hit him. And he knew, hey, whatever you're doing, stop. So some children, even if you just stirring up your voice a bit, hey, stop doing that. They get it. You don't even have to raise your hand. You don't even have to, hit them. Let them know, hey. Shoot, some black parents, before they leave the house, they tell their kids, look, listen, before we get to the store, and every African-American person know what I'm talking about. They threaten their kids before they leave the house. You can say threaten them in a bad way, but I swear it's humor. It's not, they don't threaten their kids. They don't hurt their kids. But they let them know, look, before we leave this house, before we get into that store, you're not to touch nothing, pick nothing up. You're not to play with anything in here. You're not to pick. They tell their kids before they leave the house what they're not going to do in this store where we're about to go into. They tell them before they even get to the location. And them kids know. They know before they get to that restaurant, that store, that flight. They know. So I was real puzzled about the situation with this young lady. I was just like, why would you do this? Like, why would why would this be done? The last scenario I want to talk about, I saw it recently, like maybe a day or two ago. And this woman was saying how she was on a flight and she couldn't get her baby to stop crying. And that one of the flight attendants came and said, may I hold your baby? And she said, sure. And the flight attendant walked up and down the aisle and kind of just, rocked her baby a little bit, and her baby went to sleep. And the woman started crying. She was like, why did you do this for me? She was like, I'm a mother too, and I know how it is to be on a flight. And people around you, they giving you these evil looks and these bad looks, and they whispering behind your back about your child instead of trying to help. You don't want anybody and everybody to hold your child, but if you're not gonna help the person, don't be mean to them either and evil. Like I said, especially if you're not a parent. But she said the flight attendant took her baby and just rocked the baby gently and walked up and down the aisle, and that baby went right to sleep. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing ever, And like I said, she said she did it because she said, listen, I'm a mother too, and I understand. She did mention the airline that she was on. I'm not going to mention that because, like I said, this is, I don't know, copyright and all of that. I don't know how that works and all of that, so I'm not going to mention it. But it's a popular airline. And I just thought that was sweet. I just thought that was sweet that the flight attendant did that for her. So all the flight attendants out there that go above and beyond their jobs to help, a passenger out, whether it's a baby crying, somebody sick, not feeling well, emotional support, stuff like that, a person is not having a good day, whatever it is, the scenario is, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your kindness and being sweet and helping people out. The flights could be tough at times, and just thank you for taking your time and helping that mom out with her baby. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. That was really, really amazing that you did that for her. That was really sweet. Instead of becoming more of the problem, you decided to become the solution. And that was sweet of you. God bless you for that. The ancestors bless you for that. The universe bless you for that. That was very sweet that you did that for that mom in that time of need. But yeah, that's how I want to wrap this video up, on that beautiful, blessed note right there. You guys stay safe during this holiday season. It's my favorite time of the year, but like I said in my last video, or second to the last video, it's okay not to be okay this time of year for all the people that's not really feeling this time of the year. for your own personal reasons. You know, it's cool not to feel, it's okay not to be okay. Just keep your head up. God got you. Ancestors got you. Universe got you. You'll be fine, okay? Please like, subscribe, you know, share. Make sure you know, tell people to say, hey, new YouTuber out there in the world, seem pretty cool. Check her out. I will beyond appreciate it. And like I said, if you got a YouTube you want me to follow, I can do that as well. It's not a problem. It's never a problem. But definitely make sure you like, subscribe, you know, and just you know, leave your opinions, you know, what you feel, you know. I would love to see your opinions on this particular topic as well. Whether you're yay, whether you're nay, you know, it's all appreciated, you know. But stay blessed, and God made you his own image. Somebody got a problem with that. That's a personal problem on their behalf. Let it stay their problem, not yours. Don't ever let it become yours. Peace, love, all of that. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.